Hi. Speaking on number one, substance abuse and pregnancy. Um, Me personally, I don't feel that people should be like criminalized for substance abuse. Um, Addiction is more like a health problem, not a crime. I feel like maybe like if you were to punish people, or if there was more punishment for people with substance abuse, they would lack, what do you call it, health care, or, like going to basically getting an OB and prenatal care. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Um, People would lack prenatal care, which can typically make things worse for the parent and the outcome of the baby. Legal substance like cigarettes and alcohol or prescribed meds, I don't think really, you know, harsh. I don't feel like harsh punishment would suit for those people. Even though, yes, of course, doing those things while pregnant is horrible, bad. Some people predicament, whether they're drug addicts, they do things, they get pregnant, and you know they never really had the help to wean off of drugs and things like that. So I feel like probably like just putting them in like programs that could help elevate them, get them clean away from drugs versus like jail time. Me having a lot of kids, I do know that they do have certain things in route, like I know, like, if somebody smokes marijuana, which of course, if someone's doing way harder drugs than that, than marijuana, um, CPS would get involved. They are to report that because then they would basically check up on a child and see if the environment is safe and if they're doing it around the child and just keeping a closer eye overall. Um, question two. Question two. Genetic engineering and choosing traits. Wait 1 second, Mary. Um, Now with this one, me personally, I feel like people shouldn't be able to like choose eye colors, heights, and sex and things like that, because then it just opens up this whole fantasy world of, and it's, I don't believe that that'd be a good thing. You know, People be unhappy with their kids because they turn out a certain way. When in actuality, I feel like you birth a kid, you should embrace every part of them. Now, as far as like, if it was something medically wrong with them, like the diseases and stuff like that, if you can change that from your child inheriting those things, I feel like yes. Now, in that case, that would be acceptable. But as far as like for those things, no. Um, Using genetics to prevent serious medical problems and not to create perfect children, it's not, everything's not perfect. Nobody gets the, oh, I want a gray eyed baby with light skin, I want to be, it's just, no, I think that's a little crazy. um Question number three. It says home births have enjoyed a resurgence in popularity in recent years. Um, I think home births have the right to choose. 1 second, Amiri. I'm almost done. Excuse me. I think parents have the right to choose. Like, if they want to do a home birth, I don't see why would that be a problem, you know? Considering, like, of course, if they have if they're considered low risk, I'm almost done. If they're considered like low risk versus a high risk, so yeah, of course, if you're high risk, I would feel like yes, go get doctor, go get a doctor and stop playing with that. Hey, um, as far as like low risk, working with a trained midwife, I feel like that they have good outcomes. I see a lot of like home births and things like that, so I mean I'm not against it. Um, what else? It says find submission online that support home births and opposes them and provide links to each. Explain which side seems more persuasive to you and why. Okay, so some information supporting home birth is American College of Nurse Midwives says home birth can be safe for low risk pregnancies with trained midwives and good transfer systems. Research shows lower intervention rates and higher satisfaction for planned home births with certified midwives. Um, Information stop opposing home birth. ACOG warns that in the United States, planned home birth has a higher risk of prenatal death compared to hospital birth. Some studies show higher neonatal risk when home births are attended by less regulated midwives. So I feel like both makes like good points, but I find like the middle ground most convincing. Like home birth can be safe for low risk, which what I stated previously. Low risk pregnancies with a well like trained midwife will do excellent. Um, of course, always have an emergency plan like for backup if anything was to go wrong, because sometimes, you can have a great pregnancy, you can deliver the baby, and then just certain things just don't line up with how they were going. So having an emergency plan is definitely something that's needed. The problem is like the U.S. system isn't always well coordinated. But again, just make sure that you take like those safety measures. You know what you have to do. You have your transfer plan all like set up. And me personally, I would choose like a hospital that's nearby. Like me currently, I am considered high risk. But I go to an OB. But I am high risk because I have placenta previa, and so we scheduled a C-section to get the baby out before my actual due date. So it was almost like a month beforehand, because I have the chance of I have the chance of hemorrhaging. The baby has a chance of hemorrhaging. So it's just really yeah. Sorry.